Hey.
It's like there's a hole in the sky.
Chocobos are so frightened they're refusing to move.
Hey, Saffron, how's it going? Thank you for joining.
Whoa, someone forget a...
I'm supposed to follow Barrett, but I'm not.
Over there.
What the hell are they doing here?
Their jobs, probably. Just focus on seeing Marlene again. Nothing else.
I didn't even see who he was talking about. Hey, it's Trashy.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Thanks to you, I did.
Good. Now never let it go again.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Yesterday we analyzed the importance of philosophical beliefs and philosophical arguments in a story, and why when we watch a character who makes important choices in relation to those philosophical beliefs, that's what gets us invested in a story. And today I'm hoping that we can learn some more cool stuff about the story. Maybe we'll learn something about music or characters or who knows. This music's pretty.
Well, this is a fine mess.
How bad is it here?
Compared to Sector 7, we're doing fine. But that's hardly enough.
Is it true that Sector 7's pretty much destroyed?
You guys run into Jesse at the pillar?
Yeah, Biggs too. They were both in pretty bad shape. But Wedge wasn't up there with them. He got out.
No, he didn't. They don't know that all their friends are dead. All their friends are dead. Could go that way. Alas, 'tis but a circle.
Come on now. There's no need to be afraid.
I've been thinking, y'all. We gotta go find the others.
Huh?
If we don't look for them, who will?
Right.
Hey, Cloud. Gonna need your help with it, too.
Right.
It's very fun when a story takes a big tonal shift, right? Before this, hey Lionheart, before this, way before this, even before this section, we were in, I forgot the name of the city, but it was the sector that we were just in that looks really pretty with all the lights. They spent a significant portion of the game allowing us to like have fun in that area, to put us in this like a bit of levity, you know? There were whole sections where Cloud was doing like rhythm dance game sequences, right? The reason for that, the reason why that's so effective, right, is because it puts us in a really high place, and then whenever something sad happens or something intense happens, we can bring us back down to that, you know? Sad scenes hit especially hard right after really happy scenes, and vice versa. If you just have sad scene after sad scene after sad scene, you kind of get desensitized to it. The same with like action scenes, or the same with any kind of scene, I would argue, you know? So I really like the fact that we spent that whole section trying to stop this from happening, and then we failed, and now we have to sit in that for a bit.
You said Marlene is?
Where I think she is. It's a house on the other side of town.
Well, come on then. Pick up the pace.
I'm going as fast as you are.
Oh, that's cool that they have all these people here watching the TV.
Cloud, I'm glad to see that you're okay. In these trying times, I hope to develop new materia to help us endure.
Ah.
Cloud!
Wait, can I fight somebody?
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help.
Oh my gosh.
I've done it. I've developed a new materia.
Hey! How you doing? What's the new materia I can buy? Steadfast Block. Item Master. Gives you a chance to learn enemy techniques. Oh, that's nice. Alright, win materia. I'm about to use up all my money. Oh, maybe I should have got the first strike. It's okay.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel.
Anyways, so what I was mentioning before was that... Yes, you need that word.
As if
yes!
life wasn't hard enough.
What I was mentioning before was that it's really effective when you have a significant change in tone in the story. You know? That's what we're experiencing now. And now, because the game has us sit in this sadness, in this despair, when later on, if we do eventually triumph, if the characters do triumph, you know, it'll feel a lot more rewarding. I try to employ similar tactics in Epic. Without getting too spoilery, we try to, like, dive into just the worst case scenarios of things in hopes that that after that, if we can push past that, you know, then hopefully the ending of the story will be a lot more rewarding. Or at least the arc, specifically Odysseus' arc, might feel a lot more rewarding. This is so pretty! Look how beautiful this is.
Marlene! Marlene!
This water. Listen to this music, listen to those high strings. The piano. I don't even want to go inside, because I want to hear this music. Hello, Governor. I need some bioluminescent water. Okay. I'm gonna be lurking today. That's alright. All are welcome here.
Where's Marlene? Is she here?
Barrett!
Sorry, I'm Barrett. Marlene's my little girl. Marlene, she's got short hair. She's cute as a button, with the heart of an angel. She was wearing, pink. She was wearing a pink dress today.
She's sleeping upstairs.
Huh? Oh.
I said she's sleeping.
I really like the character animations that they give for Barrett. It's so nice.
I want to see her too. Come on, let's go look in on her.
Similarly to how I was mentioning, so I was just talking about how tonally, right? If you have a significant change in tone, one that is like earned by the story, right? That can be very significant. The same applies for characters, right? Barrett, before all this, he was like the hard-headed one. He's always intense, right? And so that's why in that one scene earlier, where he's all super sad about the potential death of Marlene and his friends, those scenes hit harder, right? When you see the person who is like the Rock of the group, not Dwayne the Rock, but like the symbolic Rock of the group.
I'm sorry.
And you see that person break down, that hurts, you know? It's why stuff like Ted Lasso, if you guys haven't seen Ted Lasso, I highly recommend it. I've seen the first season, I believe, and it's really good at like presenting a character that's a very certain way, and then when that character breaks from what they're usually doing, it breaks your heart, you know?
It was only a matter of time before she ended up back there.
Because she's an ancient. That it?
You just called him old.
So she told you about that.
Hey, good luck, Ogabo.
She must trust you all a great deal. Yes, Aerith is an ancient. Probably the last one living. She's not my daughter. Not by blood, I mean. If that's what you were wondering. About 15 years ago. My husband, he'd been shipped off to fight on the front lines. But then I received a letter saying he'd be home for a bit. So when the day came, I went to the station to meet him.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say how I wish they would show us instead of tell us. I was literally about to say I don't like hearing exposition told from one character.
He didn't come.
Okay, they're still narrating, but I like that. At least they're showing us visually.
Even then. But I told myself his leave must have been postponed, that he'd been delayed. Every day I went, to wait and to pray. And that's how I met her. Her and her mother. I thought maybe they'd run away from Wall Market. Or that they were topsiders fallen on hard times. I'd seen that sort of thing a lot.
I really wish this wasn't narrated. I wish they would just show us in scene.
Take Aerith somewhere safe. Those were her mother's dying words.
Hey, how's it going, Jetstream?
My husband had been away for so long, and I was lonely. So I convinced myself the safest place for the girl was with me.
Just the scene and some beautiful music would be lovely. I 100% agree. There's no need for the narration. They can literally show us this. Think of scenes like, the beginning of Up, right? No words are said there, and they tell you all of the story that you need, right?
She told me
what's it called?
Strange stories.
The montage, right?
Like how
There's tons of
her mother had
examples of things like that where you don't need the narration. That's why I personally try to never have narration in my writing. And I don't hate narration as a concept, right? I just think often it is used like a...
That sounds about right.
I've done it too.
I didn't understand any of it at the time.
I've never seen Up. You need to see Up. It's so good. At least watch the first 10 minutes of Up.
This one, right here. I mean...
Narration's kind of nice though. They add more building to the scene and emotion. I would agree. Again, narration in itself, I wouldn't argue is like bad. I just think more often than not, it's better to like show it than tell it. You know.
That's what she said to me one day, out of the blue. So I asked her, "What's wrong?"
Why instead of saying "so I asked her what's wrong," just say "what's wrong"?
Just died. His heart came a long way to say goodbye.
Are you sure you don't hate narration because of God?
To return to the planet.
The heck is...
I didn't believe her, of course. And then, a few days later, I received a letter saying my husband had been killed in action.
I'm just saying, the scene could hit so much harder if I wasn't being told what was happening every 10 seconds. Anyways, that's me getting super nitpicky. I'm still enjoying the game thoroughly.
No. It was a lot to deal with, but we were happy. And then
That's a malicious face of an elderly woman, I agree.
Coming!
Oh, it's that guy! Oh, I thought that was like... I thought they were similar ages.
No! Go away!
Aerith, you know you're not just any little girl. You're a descendant of the ancients.
I had no idea what he meant, so I said, "Who are the ancients?"
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. Why? Why is it that? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how they're like, I had no idea what he meant, so I said, and then the mouth's over, "Who are the ancients?" Just have her say, "Who are the ancients?" You know, like, what? It's like if she now was like, and then he said back, "The ancients are the," you know? It's, what is happening? I'm sorry, it's funny to me. I genuinely think it's funny.
They were the original stewards of the planet, whose boundless knowledge and wisdom shall guide us to the promised land.
And then he said,
Some believe the promised land to be a myth, others an allegory of sorts. But we take the words of the scriptures at face value and believe it to be quite real.
Narration brings on the song. Sorry, it's a recurring theme with me, guys. If you anybody who's on my Patreon knows that I usually diss on narration. But I promise I don't hate narration inherently. I think often it's done like this.
Voices whispering secrets?
No, never.
Promise Neverland. I haven't seen it yet. I want to.
That wasn't true. That man knew exactly who Aerith was, where she'd come from, and what she could do.
And again, I don't always hate narration. I'm trying to think of an example of narration I like. Actually like
but they didn't just
My Hero Academia narration. But that might just be purely because I like Deku.
She had to come willingly, otherwise it wouldn't work, they said. That's why, even if they did take her away, I'm sure she's still being treated like a guest. and that they'll send her straight back home once they get what they need.
Ready to
I
watch
doubt
some more
it.
animes.
You're
Working
not
on it.
planning anything, are you? Don't make things worse than they already are. If I lost her too, I don't know if I could ever. Just don't.
Cloud, maybe she's right about this. Maybe they'll let Aerith go when it's all over. Maybe
Hey, how's it going,
we'd be
Kalinda?
better off waiting a little while.
Right now we're talking about the usage of narration and, well, or
Let's head back to Sector 7.
we're talking about how a lot of
Take care
times narration is less necessary than one might think.
Like checking up on the bar.
Yeah.
Jay ranting about her narration sucks and he hates her with a
Okay.
passion. I don't hate it. Did he just say let's head back to the bar? I need to know if that's what he just said. Also. Okay, let's kinda wanna switch up his gear. Yeah, let's change this for something else. I think he hates narration. I can't think of a thing to change it to. Anyways, but yeah, the thing is, for example, recently in my Patreon, we saw the movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I don't know if it's pronounced Cimarron or Cimarron. And that movie had a similar usage of narration to this movie, to this game. I just realized this guy has nothing. Okay, let's give him something. Let's give him something. What do we give him? I wish there was like, I mean, you're not wrong. I wish that there was like an automatic thing so I wouldn't have to spend. Hey, how's it going, Daco Fauna? Let's give him Subversion. I don't even know what that is, but I like it. Let's give him something else. Let's give him... What does he not have? Any recommendations, chat? Attack boost. Screw it. Ice. Wind! Let's give him all of Aaron's stuff. Just take it away from Aaron. Provoke. And the Fat Chocobo. Perfect. Now that's a team.
The main entrance to Sector 7 is buried under rubble now. So how are we supposed...
And I have to upgrade it. Prioritize defense.
to get back inside?
Underground
go.
passage in the park.
Good plan.
But how do we get to the park?
I know another way to get there. Aerith showed me before.
This ancient girl knows her stuff. Didn't mean anything by it.
I hear music. I don't know where to get it from. I know nothing about this game. I'm just here to cause problems. Y'all are too funny.
First it was all like shaking. Then it was all... So, what are we gonna do about it?
Good job right now, Steph.
And now, breaking news.
Give Zeus a gun arm, call it Thunderstruck. Speaking of Zeus, tomorrow... maybe I should just surprise you with it. Instead of
My
saying
ears
it.
are still ringing from it.
This wasn't...
This kind of thing isn't supposed to happen.
This cloud guy can run forever.
Over there.
Give us a spoiler, you've given us many before. No, it's not a spoiler, I'm just, tomorrow I'll be posting a snippet from the first song. Okay, fine, you guys get to hear it first. Tomorrow I'll be posting a snippet from the first song, and, it's gonna be with Luke. Luke is the guy who voices, Zeus. But that's our little secret for us on the stream.
Alright, let's keep moving.
I feel like I just skipped the side quest. Oh, I love this music! This music is so fun. You hear those, like, those synths in there?
This should be pretty easy.
It's on you.
That's the way to do it.
Yes, let's go. You can't tell me this music isn't cute. Another thing that at first I didn't really like about this game, but now I love. To my as far as I know,
We'll have to fight our way through.
No, you can't attack your allies.
Shot.
As far as I know, this game doesn't have any fast travel. You're forced to, like, go everywhere. And I actually like it. I think there are certain games that should not have fast travel at all. Like Spider-Man, I feel like that game should not have fast travel. I feel like just the locomotion in that should just be so fun that you want to travel everywhere, you know? I actually don't remember if Spider-Man has, rocks up with a gun. This is such an interesting change of music from the stuff we heard before.
You're good at this.
Oh, do you want to fast travel in Spider-Man? Exactly. Exactly. To the point where I don't even think it should be an option. Let's give him... Take damage intended for other party members. That's cool! Alright, what spell does he have? He's got Thundara. Items, let's give him... the Mega Motion.
Told you so.
I say it would be very repetitive and grindy if they didn't have fast travel. You see, I think that, conceptually, yeah, that is why more games have fast travel. I think the goal should not be add fast travel. I think a way to get around that is make the gameplay so fun, right? Make the locomotion so fun that the need for fast travel is non-existent. Does that make sense?
About damn time. Don't look now, see ya.
I feel like I'm saying all my hot takes today.
Let me handle it. Keep it up.
Was never in doubt.
Was never in doubt.
Don't get too carried away. You're done.
You ain't gonna get away. Shit hurts, don't it? Don't look now. It's about to get real.
I'm trying to think of games that have fast travel that I'm glad they have fast travel. And I'm thinking probably games that are just like, where the map is so expansive. Where he always has hot takes. Do I always have hot takes? I'm trying to think of a game. Like, I'm thinking like Skyrim. Yeah, that's actually a good example. Yeah, I'll give you that one. That one, I'm glad that game has fast travel. But I think part of why I'm glad that game has fast travel is because I didn't enjoy traveling around as much. Whereas games like, it's funny, games like Dying Light have fast travel, and I don't think they need it. It's just so fun to to parkour around in Dying Light, you know?
Keep it together.
Gotta love it. Hurry up. Come on.
Oh, okay, guys. So you guys know how Cersei uses LFOs in Epic? Breath of the Wild needs fast travel also. I would actually, I agree with that. Yeah, I take back what I said earlier. I think it's good that some games have fast travel, but I think it's good that some games have fast travel because it's not fun to travel around in those games. Breath of the Wild, I've never seen her play any Zelda games. I haven't played too many either. I've played probably like maybe 3 or 4. And most of them were on like GameCube or DS, you know?
One step at a time, huh?
Unless you count Smash Bros. I don't know if Smash Bros counts as a Legend of Zelda game. Go to fast travel with the appeal of the game is exploration and finding fun in unknown things. I agree. Alright chat, you have changed my mind. I think it's good that some games have fast travel. You've changed my mind. However, I'm still glad that this game doesn't. Everyone. Like, you guys are great.
Let's keep it up.
Then just play more Zelda games. Music is literally a source of power. Yeah, I'll listen to the music from them. I just haven't played all the games yet.
Okay, let's go. Need my help. You got this.
Let's go. Every little thing. There. Bring it. Yeah. On your knees. Bingo.
You're good.
Cloud's getting his butt whooped, and I'm just like
Told you so.
not doing anything to help him.
Provide new compensation. You again? Oh shit!
Pokemon games need fast travel because we gotta avoid the extra joy at all costs. Pokemon games have fast travel. It's called Fly. Oh, I thought you were saying that they need fast travel, like they don't have it. Yeah, I hear you saying that.
Get your ass out of here. Damn it. You're up.
Let me.
A day of disrespectful great name. Never great. Kid youngster Joey. Alright. I went the wrong way. As usual. I think this music is one of my... I feel like I'm being so... all my takes today are like negative. I'd like to reiterate that I really do enjoy this game. I think just this section is just making me notice the things that are making me more critical. Like this theme. This specific music. Okay, things we learned today. What did we learn today? Narration isn't always necessary. This looks like a boss battle is about to happen. I see a big empty area and I think there's a boss. Oh, there was nothing! What? Okay. This looks like the boss battle is gonna happen. Come on, game. Quit teasing me.
Won't even need to try.
But it ain't. No way. Guess it's my turn.
All of these guys. Sport readers are critical of the things we enjoy. I agree. Because that's how things get. You've entered the anticipation era. The boss is anticipating.
Keep it up.
Heartbound is a great story and it's so underrated. You should give it a try. I'll check it out.
No surprises there.
I feel like I should heal my team.
I've been waiting for a chance to go all out.
Don't get too carried away.
I play as Barret because I don't have to get close to him.
You ain't getting out of this, damn it.
Which one is Celeste again? I've been told about this game before, but I don't remember which one exactly
Just like
it is.
that, okay?
I gotcha.
We should analyze and break down the whole entire movie of Frozen for any discrepancies in science. I actually, Saffron knows this, I actually had a hot take about Frozen the other day. Another hot take, I always have hot takes. My hot take was that I'm kind of scared to memorialize this on Twitter actually.
You asked for it.
I love Frozen, is the point.
It's on now. Battle fast.
I do know Celeste. Yes, I remember. Sorry, I literally saw a video. I think it was like Watch Mojo a few days ago, like top 20 games with the best stories, and Celeste was in the top 20. Leave Frozen alone. No, I love Frozen. It's that my hot take was the opposite. My hot take was I was gonna say that Frozen's better than Tangled. That was my hot take. Okay, the music's gone. Something's gonna happen, and the music's back. I like this music more. What tempo is this? I feel like this is 135. I feel like this is like where luck runs out. Runs out. How much longer till the show goes on? I'd be around 135 to 140. Either way. Oh, this music is so great. It's got a lot of synth. The beat is nice and high pitched.
Don't hold back.
It's all like tinkery. Oh, sorry. What I was trying to mention earlier was that for those who are like very familiar with the music of Epic, Sturseed's music uses a lot of LFOs, which are like low frequency oscillators. And if you guys are curious about other examples of LFOs, you can hear it not in this one. Once we get into the next battle, it'll play again. But the music uses a lot of low frequency oscillators, which is just those are like instant like. Low frequency oscillators like highlight the beat itself, so it highlights like wah wah wah, right? We were fast to hate Frozen. And so what's great about those low frequency oscillators is it automatically makes you want to bop your head to the beat. I agree. I think too many people dissing Frozen. You're not gonna get to hear the LFOs. It's okay. If you rewind the stream, you'll hear it in the battle. This like 8-bit harp or something, or maybe it's a harpsichord, is so nice. Can we talk about the impact the science music have been in a constant in a setting? I agree. If you want like, it's funny, if you want something to stand out in big epic stories or big epic games, remove things, you know? I can guarantee you guys one of the most impactful moments, or hopefully if executed well.
My ears are still ringing from it.
Oh, I thought this guy's eyes were red. I feel like I'm totally going the wrong way, but I want to see what this leads. Remove things in this stuff. Like if your show is constantly loud, like Epic, right? It's very loud and very large scale. The music's always super big. To make something stand out, just remove all of that. Do high frequency oscillators exist too? You know, I feel like that actually might be a bit. I want to say yes, because I imagine someone's made it, but I feel like JP would know more about it. JP Warner is the person who's mixing and mastering the tracks of Epic. My ears are still ringing from it, is what he said.
This kind of thing isn't supposed to happen.
I want to say this is a harpsichord. This is where... look at this game. World building wise, this is so cool. Okay, I want to just note something. This is one of the few times in the game where we actually see the sky. Because remember, the world of this game has these plates that are above each other. So the... Sector 7 was beneath one of these plates, and so they just dropped all that and destroyed all these people. It's one of those examples where I feel like on-the-nose stuff is actually good, in that, like, higher class, lower class, higher plates, lower plates, the slums being in these lower sectors and stuff. It's such nice. It's so nice. It's so cool. Thorough, and the world building is so amazing. I agree. The world building in this game is... I don't want to jump the gun because again, I'm still only in I don't even think I'm halfway done with the game.
No need to be afraid.
But I feel like so far the world building in this game is some of my favorite I've ever experienced. I think after this I might want to play BioShock. The original BioShock, like with Rapture. I've heard the world building in that game is second to none. Like, this game makes me want to just stop and just, like, look around.
Is it true that Sector 7's...
What is going... Where am I supposed to go? Checking on friends, or...
pretty much destroyed?
Okay, fine, we're going... Oh, but I wanna... Okay, let's do the side quest. I feel like that's a side quest. The music in Undertale is immaculate. It's on my list. There's so many games I want to play.
Let me through, damn it! Let me through! My daughter...
We're just suggesting the next games now. Yeah! Yeah, suggest all the games, and then, whichever one I feel like calls to me is the one I'll probably just reach out to next. Gosh, I wish I could ride a chocobo. They look so fun. Am I even getting closer? Let's see, I am. Stream the new Pokemon game when it comes out? I would, but I don't know how to stream from my Switch. I'm gonna get Violet. I think that's one of the coolest parts of this game too. The way it Wait a second. Am I just back in this area? Is that what just happened? Didn't I just... What? Do I have to fight all these again?
Compared to us, at least.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I have to fight all these again. Oh my gosh, if I have to do all of this again, I'm gonna be so irritated.
Told you so.
Just stream all the requested games at the same time. Chat, I think I'm just walking the same exact place again. Oh my gosh, I totally am. I just backtracked all of my steps. I take back everything I said about fast travel. Everything. Oh no, not this theme again.
Don't hold back.
surprise is there.
Oh my gosh, just run. I don't want to. I just want to get through all this. He gets his steps in.
This will be quick.
Need my help, do you? Coming at you hard and fast.
There.
You're up.
I got it. Going in. Bingo. Finish him off.
We've come full scale with a fast route. Yeah, because I didn't think I was gonna accidentally undo all of my progress.
Was never in doubt.
I have to fight all of these guys again. Maybe I can skip it. Do I have to fight these guys? Like, if I just run away. Fleeing. Oh, I can run away? This whole time, I have fought every single foe. Every single time. And I could have just run? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was like you could, like Pokemon where you could just flee. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to fight the bandit. No, I don't have to fight the bandits. That's the thing.
Y'all ain't nothing.
Oh yeah, I'm not fighting you at all. This is great. I'm not gonna fight anybody in this game ever again. Cloud is gonna become the greatest runner. Oh, I have to fight them. That
Take the lead.
All right. Watch and learn.
Okay, let's go.
I'm so mad.
You're mine.
I thought I could.
You want it? Bingo. Going in. Good luck.
Hang back.
Let's move.
Okay.
Not so fast.
From now on, I'm gonna see how much of the game I can beat without having to fight anybody. That's my new goal. Cloud is now a lover, not a fighter.
Finally.
Oh. Hey, hello. How's it going? Welcome.
Yes, it's my turn. Golden opportunity right here.
I got it.
Gotta stay.
It's on you.
All right. Watch and learn. This is gonna sting.
Now fly.
Bring it home.
Let me handle this. That's a win.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just redid that entire
there.
level.
Huh? That a way out?
I'm almost afraid to go back. To see it with my own eyes.
Tifa,
Come on.
Don't die bad for health. I agree.
Does it look like we can go this way? No. There's monsters everywhere. This road? Pretty sure this ought to take us straight to the Sector 5 slums.
Can't believe I redid the entire level. Oh wait, no, maybe I didn't. This looks different. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped those guys.
Weimer! You're alive!
Still in one piece?
Who else made it out?
I wish I knew. Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm just glad you survived. Gives me hope for the others.
This is bad.
Not yet.
Chat, what time is it?
never know what you're gonna run into out there.
10:01. 9:01 for you. Okay, I think I might end this stream early
Careful
just so I
out
can
there.
get to editing the video for you guys tomorrow. I'll give you guys a good video. But you guys can't tell the rest of Discord what the secret video is of secrecy. The super secret, not to be told video. Alright, my friends, I'm going to end today's stream early, but I'll see if I can jump back in tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these, you know? It's nice. I'll be, like, doing a lot of other stuff throughout the day, and then at the end of the day, I can always look forward to just getting to play Final Fantasy and hanging out with you guys. So, I really appreciate y'all. What did we learn today? Really important, right? I know I keep mentioning it, but narration. A lot of times, narration is there and you don't need it. It is always, always, always better to show, don't tell. And if you have to tell, if you are in a situation where you have to tell and you can't show it yet, find some way to make it interesting, right? And the example here is that they went into a flashback, right, and then proceeded to narrate on top of literally showing us the scene, right? She would say, and then I said, and then we'd see the character say it on top of her own narration, and it was bizarre. You could just, you don't need it. It's always more engaging to show, don't tell. All right, that's what we learned today. I appreciate you guys so much, and yeah, have a good night.